Welcome, welcome, welcome to Financial Literacy Month. Happy April, everyone. It is April 1st, and today we are going to spend our time talking about money, honey, in honor of Financial Literacy Month. We're going to talk about one of my favorite topics, which is wealth and wealth building and wealth creation and all the things. But today we're going to take a different spin and we're going to focus on the mature market. And we're going to, put the cutoff at 40. So 40 and over, this conversation is for you. We are spending way too much time allowing the youngins to run circles around us as it relates to, making that money. And I am going to, just share seven tips, 7 ways that we can truly focus on dealing with inflation, dealing with job loss, dealing with all the things that are here now and are yet to come from a proactive point of view. So April is all about the money, honey, and we're going to talk about different ways, different strategies on how we can become less dependent and more self-sufficient. Before we proceed, welcome to the channel, the rebrand of the Kim, aka Kim with the Gems channel, where we're going to literally focus on being bold the rest of this year. Nothing basic. We are not living a basic life anymore. We're not dealing with the, routine, dealing with whatever comes, convenient and comfortable for us. Those are the words I was looking for. And we're going to be bold. We are going to take the bull by the horns and we are going to be bold and talk our talk and walk our walk and, not be ashamed about it, right? And so today, I don't know if you saw let me see if I could pull up the thumbnail. I might be able to pull up the thumbnail, but I highlighted in the thumbnail just some of the people that I think are out here doing the thing, and they're all over 40, many over, I think a couple over 50. And so let's just take a look at, hopefully I can find it. Let's just take a look at the thumbnail real quick. And did I finish introducing myself? Yeah, I am Kim, aka Kim with the Gems. Oh, it's not letting me. What? Okay, it's not letting me. Oh, here we go. Saying it's invalid. I don't know why it's invalid because it is a JPEG. And so it is not letting me. Oh, here we go. So I want us to take a look just at some of, and I have a complete list of women that I think are out here just doing it. And we'll pull some of their social media platforms up. But let's start with the one you probably already know, right? And that is Miss Tabitha Brown, who did not start her career. I believe she's like 49 now or somewhere. She started becoming famous and really getting her footing over 40, right? Struggling to be that celebrity, that actress, all the things prior to that. But it wasn't until 2020 when people started knowing her name. And here she is now, book deals, television shows, hair care lines, perfume, bringing her daughter up along the way, bringing her husband along the way. Like, if that is not like the framework, the blueprint for not giving up and knowing that your time is actually going to come, my goodness. Then there is, oh my gosh, I love her. And I can't think of her name right now, but she's on IG. I'll pull up her page in a second. But she's above Auntie Tabitha Brown. She is, I want to say, if she's not 60, she's approaching 60. And she is one of like the top beauty, style, fitness proteges for women. And she does it with a gorgeous head of locks that is gray, and so I'm trying to embrace my little gray. So y'all are gonna see it get grayer. Y'all will probably see it get grayer. But anyway, love her. She is killing the game. She has so many brand endorsements, so many brand deals. She gets flown. Flew out, child. She gets flew out to the fashion weeks in Paris, and the designers here and the designers there, from Sergio Hudson to Balmain, and the list goes on. Then in the right corner, I think that may be left here. I don't know. Anyway, the top, that's Auntie Bev, who made a whole business and career just educating people by doing a word of the day. Now she has millions of followers. I didn't pull up their pages yet. I'll save that to the end because I want to give y'all some strategy. This is going to be a freebie, right? This is going to be me sharing some real gems, some real tips on ideas that I know will work and you will probably need, right? And need to get started sooner than later. But let's just get into Auntie Bev's number. I think her name is Auntie Beverly. Beverly. And it's something words. Now, I'm going to have to go to, I have so many Instagram pages. Well, not so many. I have 3. And so I just keep forgetting which one. But Auntie Beverly is another one who is over 60, I want to say. And she is, or is she Aunt Bev? She is, okay, I found her. She is helping people expand their vocabulary. And this is her right here. Have you ever heard someone refer to someone else as a pussy? She's going to give the definition for that. Oh my goodness. And then we have, oh my goodness, the We Don't Care Club founder and member, founding member, who has now written a book, and we're going to pull up all their pages in a second. But if you are in here and have not hit that like button, go ahead and hit the like button. If you have not followed the Kim with the Gems channel, where we're going to just be all about strategy and implementation of those strategies when it comes to primarily money, but it's also going to include mindset. It's also going to include motivation, and it's going to include momentum, which is going to lead us to the money, right? It's going to lead us to making sure we can take care of our needs and our wants, right? And so let me remove this, and then we're going to go ahead and pull up some of the ideas and topics that I want us to lean into. So if you're over 40, welcome. If you're approaching 40, welcome. If you're younger, listen, this may not be the video for you, right? But the first thing I wanted to say is that our consumer impact for the target of adults 40 and over is 49%. We represent 49% of all consumer spending in this country, which means we are spending some money. Don't let them tell you that it's just the millennials, and not millennials, Gen Y, Gen Zers. Like, no, we are over consuming, we are overspending, and we're looking for places to spend our money. We'll break down what that looks like as it relates to these ideas in another video, because we're not going to be here for a long time, just a good time. We want to get these points out, and we're going to cover ways to monetize your experiences, turning your wisdom into income streams, how to personally brand and monetize through these personal brandings, passive income. Well, they're not, I hate to say the word passive, because when you start, they're active, right? Until it becomes passive. But income ideas for beginners, and just how to get paid for what you already know, right? Instead of having to try to be somebody else, try to lean into someone you're not supposed to be. And for those of you that don't know, monetizing your maturity is absolutely one of the most overlooked ways to build wealth. Too many of us are sitting, I mean, literally sitting on our valued experience, our lived experiences, right? Nobody had to tell us what we know, but we don't end up turning that into income. And it's because not enough of us are talking about it, right? And then too many of us are afraid to being judged, and that's a whole mindset thing. So that's what I'm going to talk about: mindset, motivation, momentum, which leads to the money, because we have to overcome what's happening here, right? We have to get out that state of fear and just be bold. This year is about being bold. We have no options. We have no choice but to be bold. We know what the numbers are saying about unemployment when it comes to us. We know what the numbers are saying as it relates to what our future looks like as it relates to generational wealth, our net wealth, right? Not generational wealth, excuse me, our net wealth as a culture and a community. We know these things. And if you're just sitting back and letting life happen, then you will, that's a fulfilled prophecy right there. That is a fulfilled prophecy for you. It ain't for me. It's not for me. And I don't want it to be for you. So let's focus on how we can counter that, how we can not just sit down and wait for, things to happen, but how we can proactively avoid those things for happening. And if they end up happening, it's not for lack of us trying, right? So in this video, we're going to talk about how to turn your life experiences, your skills, and your hard-earned wisdoms, right? The college years, the employment years, the unemployment years, all of those things. How are we going to turn those into real money? And you may have a secure job today. And I want all of us who want to have a secure job today, to have one. But what if that secure job isn't there tomorrow? And tomorrow's air quotes, right? Especially if you're over 40. Let's not even talk about being over 50, and forget about being over 60, child. Walmart greeter, here you come, right? And so we don't want that for us. So rather you're over 40, pivoting careers, or finally ready to get paid for what is up here and what is here, I want you to start. I want April to be your starting point. That's why today's conversation is focused on this. I could have talked about money tips, which we're going to talk about. Is it Monday or Tuesday? I posted it already. So go ahead, make sure you're subscribed and you turn on your notification. But the next, we'll talk about money myths, things we should have learned in first grade that many of us over 40 don't even know today as it relates to money, smart money moves. But I want us to start today. And I don't care. I don't care if you want to be an entrepreneur where you have employees or not, employees or not. I want you to just focus on generating income that we are going to need when gas prices are $10 a gallon, when bread is $5 or $7 a pack, when all the things. Like, I don't need to go down the list. That's just beating a dead horse, but you know what I'm talking about. Be prepared. Be prepared when that gas bill or that oil bill comes 6 months from now. It's double what you're used to paying. You won't worry. There's no worrying. If you have to bring other people into your home who may not have it and you need to help out, you won't have to worry, right? And so when I talk about being bold this year, that's all I'm leaning into, because I don't think for the past year and a half I've been bold enough. I've been obedient. I've been sharing the stories that I believe and the cautionary tales, right? And I've brought other people along to help me in that journey, but I have not been as bold as I think is needed based on the times that the times that we're living in right now. So let's get into it. Let me see if anybody's commenting. Anybody's here. Oh, hey, seriously, welcome. Hey, hey. Hey, Casper 330, what's up, cuz? Hey, Shalonda, good to see you. I saw one of your shorts the other day. Was it a couple days ago? Anyway, good. More on that later. So let's get into some ways that, you know, we mature folks, which is why I'm leaning into the gray. I'm like, I can't talk this talk without you or trying to hide, my demographic. I'm a proud, wise woman. That's what I'll say. So let's quickly get into some of the ways that we're going to lean into. And there's always the common ways. So let me just break down some of the common ways, right? I'm not going to spend a lot of time there at all, because I think that most of us know what that looks like, or how to find those opportunities. But let's just talk about some potential side jobs. I'm not going to call them hustles, because I don't even think this is really hustling. But you could talk about like tutoring, like young kids, right? You can talk about bookkeeping or being a VA, a virtual assistant. You can look into pet sitting and house sitting. You can look into like the hobby type things. I don't think this is going to, any extra income is good extra income, as long as it's legal. let's just put that caveat. But if you want to do some reselling, some flipping, you want to sell some clothes, you want to sell some old bags, if you want to go out to the craft and art fairs and all of that, if you have what do you call it? If you have any, I don't want to call them not valuable, if you have things that are not considered like high value assets that you want to get rid of because you're hoarding and you have too much stuff, yes, turn that into some disposable income, absolutely. But anybody could do that, right? We're talking about what we can do as people who have lived experiences. We often tell ourselves, I won't say tell ourselves, but I hear this all the time. What would you tell your younger self? Right? What are the things you would tell your younger self, right? And I don't think at this age, at our, age 40 plus, we would tell our younger selves, oh, let's just go online and flip some used items. Like that wouldn't be the majority of our strategy if we're looking to build a nest egg, a nice little cushion for ourselves, right? And so that's the area, like they have everything from, if you want to do like surveys, online surveys, and get a couple dollars here and there. I'm not knocking that, but that anyone can do that. That is not monetizing your wisdom, right? Wisdom equals wealth. And a lot of us don't realize that. And a lot of us are not going to take the time to lean into how we can get there while there's still time to get there. And trust you me, there's still time to get there. Not a whole bunch of time, like if you would have started last year, but there's definitely time. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the areas that I coach people, recommend to people. Some of y'all know I do an accountability. I do 28-day accountability sessions. We are just ending the social media one for March. I am so excited about some of the results. And, it's not easy to stay committed, but when you are finally ready to be committed, the results are going to come, right? It's just how it works. It's just how it is. And so, For the upcoming accountability group that I'll have, it will be focusing on monetizing maturity for whoever wants that, right? And so the wait list, the link to the wait list is in the description. I haven't announced the dates yet. It will be probably towards the end of this month. But if you're interested, again, we're looking at 10, 15 people max because I'm doing all the evaluations for the most part. But here are 7 ways that you can look into monetizing your maturity. And I had to put my little notes because I didn't want to forget anything. So if you see me looking down, that's why. And we talked about, the opportunity is not just having the wisdom, right? And we all have wisdom. I don't care. I don't care if you went to college. I don't care if you went to grad school. I don't care if you didn't finish high school. That is wisdom in and of itself, right? We all have wisdom. But the problem is, or the problem that many of us find ourselves in, is how do we make it visible and marketable, right? And then after you make it visible and marketable, how do you marketable? And so let's talk about different ways, right? The first way, and I think the most obvious way, is coaching, and something that's called wisdom coaching, right? That can look like one-on-one coaching with people. I do that. There are certain areas that, listen, the same like with, this is what I want all of us to pause, right? I don't care what the topic is. I pay for coaches. I pay for coaching because there's so many areas that I can't coach in and I need help in. But then there's areas that I can coach in and I can help others in. And that's the kind of mindset I want us to start focusing on, because there are so many opportunities that are trapped in between your 2 ears right here that are just sitting there dormant, waiting to be revived, right? And so it could be anything from one-on-one coaching, group coaching. It can be, you can position yourself as a seasoned, and I personally don't like the word season, but it is a trending word that people tend to love. And so that's why I'm saying it. Season to me just sounds like you're bland meat and you need some sazon. No, I don't even use sazon, excuse me. You need some, what's that thing? Slap your mama or something like that. But wisdom coaching can take you from no extra income to 6 figures real quick, especially in the areas of life, like lifestyle, career and business, and health, right? So health kind of falls under lifestyle, and career and business is money too. So I'm just combining them. But if you're talking money, health, career, business, and lifestyle, so lifestyle can also mean things like as you're aging, menopause, things like that. Now that could be also health, but it's more lifestyle because there's things that you're going to have to change as your hormones change. So number 1 is wisdom coaching. And you can also tap into professional organizations that pay a lot of money that will bring you on as a speaker because they don't want to have to hire someone full-time that will be tasked in those areas. Also entrepreneurship, who are entrepreneurs who are looking for people in specialized areas. Like I hire coaches, y'all have seen them on my platform. And then people in transition. Number 2, if you want to talk about how to stop people from making mistakes that you made, right? Lessons that you learned along the way, which can be different from wisdom coaching. It's more like an advisory. You're like an advisor to someone. Something as, I thought this was such a genius idea. Borrow my mistakes so you don't pay twice. Excuse me. Borrow my mistakes so you don't pay for them twice. So if you're someone who has, bought a few homes or flipped a few homes or you have multiple homes and you've learned things in the real estate market, especially as a person of color, a black person, a woman. Let me tell you, I was going to save this for last, but I may forget. So let me tell you now. If you are a woman who understands the automotive industry, not industry, auto mechanics. I can't even say the word because I don't understand it. But if you are a woman over 40 who understands auto mechanics, you are sitting on a gold mine. You need to be out here talking your talk because there's so many reasons. Number one, these cars are astronomically priced, right? If a person can hold on to their car, they would prefer to hold on to their car. But a lot of women are so scared or fearful to go to male mechanics because they think they're going to get robbed. They think they're going to sound stupid because they don't know much. And they would prefer to go to a woman or follow a woman who knows about cars. If that is a skill set that you have and you are listening to my voice right now, get on it today. Get on it today. Find a way to start marketing and marketing your message, branding yourself, marketing your message, and making your message remarkable. And you already got the remarkable part because you're a small subset of this whole country. Like there are not many women who are out there talking their talk about prices of everything going up. Invaluable. And so anyway, that's basically another topic, another idea. And people will not only pay you like online day rates, so you can do a Zoom and you can walk them through what's they need to look for under their hood before going to the mechanic. You can also be like the accountability buddy when they go to the mechanic. So instead of the mechanic talking to them, they're talking to you, and you get paid a fee for that. And it will be based on whatever savings, or it can be based on whatever savings this person has. Or if you have insights as to what type of mechanics they should go to based on the cars that they have. Like this is so, I won't say endless, but there's so many opportunities that exist for people that have specialized skill sets in male dominated industries. Women who have specialized skill sets in male dominated industries, I won't promise you. If you go as hard as I go hard, you can make six figures easy in 6 months if you brand yourself right and if you do, if you're honorable and you do the work. But saying all that to say, there's a lot of opportunity there. We talked about the real estate portion of it, and it leads people to fewer costly, problems. That's major. If you can save people money, that is major. If you could save people money when it comes to negotiating, a lot of women don't know how to negotiate. Like there are so many skill sets that we are not tapping into being, of a certain age. And we are letting these young people dictate how we negotiate all the things when that's a whole nother story. I want us to get better at that. So that's number 2. So how can you be an advisor to somebody, like be part of their C-suite, like in business, you have the CMO, the CEO, the CFO, all of that, the COO, all of that. How can you position yourself to be that person, right, in someone's life? So also, there's another, let me see if anybody has any questions, child. Okay, no questions. Perfect. Getting back to the list. So that was number 2. Number 3 is if you have a way of telling stories, so like a story to stage opportunity, right? What type of story has your life and your lived experiences helped you create, helped you craft, right? And how can you then position that for speaking gigs? Because there are still, again, many companies that are paying for this type of information. And if you're not someone who is too shy, right? keynote speaking opportunities, workshops, panel discussions locally, internationally, domestically. People are still paying for that. That's why the airlines are still flying, because people are still still working. People are still going to conferences. If you're somebody who's over 40 who has a specialized skill set in the world of tech, you're getting flown out and you're getting paid, right? That you could position yourself as the person, I'm sure all of y'all have seen this woman, because I swear every time I open my computer, I see an ad from her, Alicia Little, I think is her name. And she's calling herself, I believe, the queen of AI. I believe she's over 40. I think she looks, I shouldn't say that. Not that she looks it, because I look over 40, right? But I believe she's over 40. I would guess that she's over 40. Is taking over that whole AI space. And if you look at her audience from her commercials, they all look like us. Many of them are, 40 and up. And she is dominating and flying all over the world. I won't say the world, all over this country, getting paid. And so if you have that type of, well, that's not really the story to stage, but I'm just saying, like, if you have a specialized story that you can tell, and her story is interesting, on what led her down this path. Many of us have similar stories, and that's what I want us to focus on. And places like schools, conferences, like I said, church organizations. There's a lot of church organizations, especially these mega churches, that are looking for programming. And you can get everything from speaker fees to sponsorships, all of the things. And so that is number 3. I'm going to go through these. How long have we been here? I can go. I can talk, y'all. Oh my goodness. 31 minutes. Press the wrong button. Sorry, y'all. Press the wrong button. So number 4, and this is a passion point of mine, legacy content, right? You can truly package yourself as someone who has insight-based content around healing, around leadership, around reinvention, right? And who's really going to pay attention to a 20-something-year-old who reinvented themselves for the 5th time? But who's going to pay attention to someone who's 50 who had to reinvent themselves because of different life stages, from becoming a wife, becoming a mother, becoming a husband, becoming a father, job loss, all those things? That is such a valuable area to take advantage of, and how you can monetize your maturity. Again, nobody's listening to young people for that. Every time I see a young person talking about, let me tell you how you can, I'm like, child, if it ain't learn the latest dance, if it's not something, not saying you can't learn from them, especially if it's a specialized skill, but I'm just talking about certain things they're telling us to do that, they shouldn't be telling us to do. And so, you want to look at like legacy content, and it could be culturally based, it can be industry based. It does not have to look the same. It depends upon what your knowledge base is. And again, starting a paid community in that area. And I don't want to we were talking about this idea in a small group that I'm part of, so I'm not going to share it because it's someone else's idea. But there's a whole lot of conversations around, the church, and how growing up in the church could have had some, challenges. There's also a conversation that Oprah Winfrey started having, and it's going no contact, right? That's legacy content, right? Going no contact with your children, going no contact with, certain people. I know there's children. I think it's heavier when a parent says they've gone no contact with their children. Like, listen, kids, they want what they want when they want it, and they think they should get it. So going no contact with a parent, I'm not taking anything away from it, especially if there was trauma involved. But at the same time, when a parent says they're going no contact with a child, people perk up and want to know why, because there's something there, right? And so what does that experience look like? How can you package that and make it marketable and remarkable, so that you can generate an income from it? Mentorship programs, right? Who doesn't need a mentor? I'm not talking about just a skilled mentor, like someone who helps me do my finances or bookkeeping and stuff like that, but someone who can help you with your confidence. This is what I'm talking about. Like, when it comes to being bold and changing and pivoting, child, a lot of us need help with that. A lot of us don't know how to be less humble. We've been taught to be humble. We have been taught, especially as women, to shut up, be in a corner, and if you got a big win, you shut up. Remember, I'm not going to go down that path because we'll be here another 10 minutes. But mentorship programs are very lucrative if you package it the right way, market it the right way, and make it so that it is remarkable enough for someone who falls into that audience would want to invest in you. And so again, it could be career, it could be confidence, it could be leadership, it could be identity, and it could be reinvention support as a mentor. So if you hold someone accountable, I do that every month, not every month, but it's been the last few months since January. I've had a 28-day accountability. I used to only do it a few times a year, but I had to speed it up based on what else is being sped up in this country. And so again, just very cognizant that this is a lane that mature people can dominate. And so your targets can be people like young professionals or emerging leaders. You can start cohorts. You can have mastermind group that meets over a weekend, right? And I'm actually about to launch one of them. I'm going to have a mastermind that takes place this summer. More to come on that. But it's only for them. I'm telling you, serious, only apply. So mentorship program. So let's just recap. So we talked about wisdom coaching. We talked about advisory boards. We talked about story to stage speaking opportunities. We talked about legacy content. We talked about mentorship programming, right? Programs where you could be one-on-one or you could be one-on-many, right? Then there's the product lane. What type of products, right? If you don't want to be the speaker, if you don't want to have one-on-one coaching, there are products that you can create and or design for consumers and professionals alike. And it could look like a journal. It could look like a template. If you are somebody who's real good with not bookkeeping, but like this time of year for the taxes, if you are somebody really good who knows how to create, what do you call those things? Those spreadsheets, excuse me, that all people have to do. And I know, we have a whole bunch of AI stuff, but this is the other magic part. A lot of the over 40, over 50, over 60, they want it done for them. They don't want to have to go in these large language models and create it themselves. So create it for them, build it, and they will come. Like, it can be anything from a health spreadsheet. It can be, there's so many things, health, weight loss, all the things. And a lot of times it doesn't, especially if you have kids, if you don't want to spend the time, sit down with your child, have them design the digital product for you, right? You may not be the most tech savvy. Hire somebody who is tech savvy, helps you get this product together, get the product on the market, make it remarkable, and start generating or monetizing your maturity. Like, I really am going to be driving this home. And one of the reasons why is because I speak to too many women who are over 40 who are like, I don't know what to do if I lose my job. I don't know. Do I need to, these prices are ridiculous. Do I need to sell that? Like, if you're not leaving this country and you plan to ride this out, you need to have solutions on how you're going to ride this out. And with that being said, I'm going to, again, be hyper focused on these conversations. Also, community building. And that's number 7. And what does that look like? So, community building can look something like building a paid space where mature people gather to share growth, identity, healing, leadership, or legacy, right? What does that look like? People are not just buying access to content, they are buying access to a certain caliber of people, like-minded people, age appropriate people. So they know that audience, that community, those people will understand what it is that they're going through and not be judgmental, right? So it could be anything like, and listen, if you're a midlife person, why not, and you're in the process of reinventing yourself, create a midlife reinvention circle. Why not do that? If you're open to co-ed communities, a wise women, seasoned men leadership network. Saying it one time may sound strange. Keep saying it over and over. Keep thinking about what that can look like. And these things, not only can they help foster community, they can help you generate revenue. If you have some type of chronic illness, create a community for that. If you're on these shots, right? And these shots are, whatever they're doing, like maybe they're having adverse effects or maybe they're not. Create a community for people who look like you, women who lost 200 pounds on these, and you don't have to call out the brand. I would not call out the brand initially. But women who are taking, what is it, GPLs, GLPs, something like that, who have lost 200 pounds and still feel overweight. And see, I'm bold. I pause because I know a lot of y'all, child, look, I'm gonna have to stop doing that. I need to lean into me, right? And I'm not saying, listen, I ain't skinny. So I'm just saying sometimes that word fat will wake people up, right? You can say overweight, you can say plus size, whatever works for you. But I'm just saying there are so many ways to build community based on all of the things. Women who know nothing about cars but want to learn. Like, I mean, there's so many communities. Women who have grandchildren who they take care of, who are their, women who are raising their grandchildren in this age of technology and don't, like, there are so many ways to build community but monetize at the same time. Because let me tell you the thing, don't be scared to ask for money. Let me tell you why. Number one, your time is worth money. Your time is valuable. Number two, it vets out those cuckoo crazies that just want to join or infiltrate and just be nasty and rude. Number three, why, pray tell, would you not charge somebody for your ideas? Strangers specifically. I'm not talking about, you got an idea for your mama, you're going to charge her. No. But again, don't be afraid to ask for money. Don't be afraid to charge. Don't be afraid to know that this is necessary for you to keep afloat or to keep at a certain level. And so I really want us to stop playing small and to start to monetize our maturity, to lean into it. you know, um, simple brand messages that I want to leave with you before I look at the questions. And there's so much more information I have here, but like I said, I wanted to keep this under an hour. How am I doing? Oh, okay, I'm under an hour. Um, but yeah, so here are some quick brand messages, right? Feel free to take, feel free to use. I help people turn life experiences into strategy, confidence, and income. I monetize wisdom by helping people avoid unnecessary struggle and make stronger moves faster. I hope you got that. You could always rewatch this. And again, everything from coaching or advisory to content, branding to mentorship programs to digital products to community or speaking engagements, all offer ways to get money. You just have to be willing to put yourself out there and to fail forward, right? The first time you get a speaking gig, you may be nervous, your hands may sweat, you may and ah a lot. So what? Right? You got to start someplace. You'll take what learn from that lesson and move on, right? I still a lot, but you know what? I've all my life. I made a lot of money as a salesperson. Don't let people think you got to speak what they consider perfect. People like authentic, people like real, people like bold, people they feel comfortable and confident with, and everything's not going to be for everybody. So who I may sign up as a client, you may not, right? But someone you may sign up as a client, I may not. They may be like, nah, I don't like that boldness. I prefer this, or I prefer whatever it is. So again, I want you to really start thinking about how you are going to protect yourself in this economy should you need to, which you will need to, even if you keep your job, because the rate of inflation is going to grow a lot quicker than the rate of your increase in pay. So you're going to have to subsidize, you're going to have to find other ways to offset, right? And especially if you don't have investments that are producing at a high rate. If you have the standard 3% return on your investment bank account, but inflation is going up 8, 9, 10%, you in the hole, right? How do you get out the hole? You find other ways to offset that 7, 8%. And you can do that easily by monetizing your maturity. And that's pretty much what I wanted to leave with. But do me a favor, if you are watching this, go ahead, hit the like button. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification. If you're still here, I'm going to quickly show you the sister that I was talking about that I absolutely, I'm going to show you all of the people that I brought up in the beginning and that are on the thumbnail, so you can check them out later. Why am I not able? Okay. I'm not going to pull up, what's her name? Tabitha Brown, because y'all all know who she is. But I am going to pull up Auntie Bev and what's the other one? Auntie Bev and task yourself. Her name is uh, Patty Roberts. I'm going to pull up her page first and you can take a look at her. And again, like I said, she embraces her maturity. And when you talk about getting monetized off of it, child, she getting monetized. Okay, so let me share this screen. This is Patty Roberts. And I just want you to see, like, vibrant. She's a vibrant living advocate. Didn't we talk about like advisory, advocacy, all of that? She's defying ageism norms, healthy living advocate, brand ambassador living in New York City. And this is her defying ageism like nobody's business. And she has a lot of brands. I'm not going to play her because I don't know what has music, what doesn't. So, can y'all see? Yeah, y'all can see. She is out here doing the thing. And she's an inspiration. She's an inspiration to embracing everything we just talked about, monetizing maturity. And she gets called, one of her videos that I thought was so cute is this one right here. Like, let me see, does this have music? I don't know. But she was so happy, not happy, but she was like, oh my goodness, here I am standing next to Chloe Bailey. Like, here she is, full gray hair, talking about embracing ageism. She was representing, I think, or Sergio Hudson had dressed her. This is a friendly reminder that there is still time to do big things in life. Child, she's an inspiration for anybody who needs inspiration. Let me go ahead and do the We Do Not Care Club. She's been all over. She has been on the Today Show. She has been, where else has she been? She's written a book. Oh, I think her name is Oh, there it is. Melanie Saunders. Do not care. I just saw her. Melanie Saunders. I just saw it. Am I spelling her name wrong? We do not. Okay, give me a second, y'all. Child. What is her name again? Sanders. Okay, is this her? That's somebody who's posing as her. Let me find her page. Here she goes. No, that's not her. See, that's the only, you got to be real careful because they will steal your whole identity. Just being Melanie. Here we go. Who has can y'all see this? 2.2 million followers in under a year. She's the founder of she's now a New York Times bestselling author, y'all. She is over 40, going through menopause. Building community left and right. Like, this is what I'm talking about. And so a lot of y'all are sitting on this, and maybe y'all don't want this level of notoriety because I know that can be a lot. But if you just want a side hustle, side income, you can do a local We Do Not Care about anything. Like, you would change up the name, but you would definitely want to lean into something that you can relate to and also build community with. Okay, now I'm gonna find Auntie Bev, who has been the hardest for me to find. Beverly, I think her name is. And she simply just does a word of the day, child. And the name of her The name of her, okay, Beverly Mahone. Found it, found it. Give me 1 second. Um, and I believe she's over 60. I don't know how much over 60. Can y'all see that? Yep, Beverly Mahone. She has 1.4 million followers. This is just on IG. Like, I'm sure you go to the Facebook, you go to the TT, you go, she may even be, I think she's on YouTube too. But the name of her business is All Words Matter. She labels herself as a content creator, as Auntie Bev vocabulary builder, and strong communication skills are the keys to your success. You could even cash app her if you like, what she does. And then, she did a whole video on how to cuss with class. Now, see, let me tell you about Auntie Bev. Auntie Bev then figured out how controversy sells. I love this. I didn't even know she was doing this. So she has a book on how to cuss with class, and they're trying to ban her book. She already has 5 hours. She already has almost 8,000 likes on this video. That's a whole nother strategy we teach in my private classes. But yes, controversy, intentionally spelling a name wrong, intentionally saying a word wrong is going to get you engagement like nothing else, nobody's business. But again, she's over 60, over 1.4 million followers, talking about everything that, we should have learned in school. She even breaks in like hot topics. So she talks about this person using the word disenfranchised incorrectly because it's a hot topic. So she is learning all the strategies of social media, and I love this for her. So yeah, so those are the top, not the top, but those are just 4 people I wanted to end this live with. There are so many more that I can showcase. I want you, though, to lean into it, because I'm telling you, GoFundMes aren't going to work. Oh, hey, Ebag, good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. GoFundMes aren't going to work. People ain't going to have money to sing GoFundMes, but they will they will find money if you can teach them something, if you can offer them some type of solution to a problem that they have. And so that's what I want for us. I want us as maturing women to monetize, and men. Let me, y'all, it's just so many, it's just women in here. So that's why I said that. But as maturing women and men to monetize that. If you are packing up your house by yourself and you found some some strategies to do so, that's a whole community right there, right? That's a whole monetizable community right there. If you are going gray, like I was thinking about documenting this journey, but I may flip. I may say, you know what? Where's that rinse at? So I'm not leaning into that, because that's not what I want, my story to be about. But if you are that person who is in the process of, going natural, going gray, becoming, the primary caregiver to grandchildren, all of those things, is not enough people out there talking about it. And so with that being said, I'm going to give it, I don't see any questions. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you don't miss. Let me tell you my next live, because I don't remember, but it's up. So on April 6th, we're going to talk about the one money rule you should have learned in first grade. And still so many of so April is going to be grossly over focused on money habits, money moves, smart money moves, how to stay ahead in this economy, all of those things. And I want you to find a way to take advantage of these next 30 days, which are also known as financial awareness month, financial literacy month. What is it? It is, I get it confused. But let me give it, it's financial. Some people say financial literacy. That's crazy. and then some people say Financial Awareness Month. So if you look at the Council for Economics, it's actually called the Financial Literacy Month. And it's every April. And I want you to commit. I want you to dedicate time. I want you to do it if it's 20 minutes every day. Learn something that you didn't know yesterday about money habits, how to make it, how to save it, how to invest it, all those things. Okay. And so, yeah, I will see everyone on April 6th, which is, wait, hold on a second. I see more. I'll message you. I'll message you on the short. You were in the car though. You were in the car. um, Cynthia, girl, I was just thinking about you. I can't find your YouTube channel. I knew I was subscribed, but I can't find it. So I don't know if it unsubscribed me, if you still have it, but I haven't seen you in a while. If you still have it, please drop it in the chat right now. Hey, Cynthia, good to see you though. Hey, Creative Flavors 01, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. I love seeing my gym. I get so much energy. I miss doing these, but like I said, I just ended my second accountability coaching. Then I had private clients. So yeah, so it's been a busy first 3 months of the year. It has been a busy first 3 months of the year, and I am finally glad to be able to commit to spending more time here. And if you're not following me on my social medias, you can find me. You done changed the name again. That's because I was like, okay, let me find that now, and I'm going to put that in the chat. Hold on. But I don't know why. Maybe that's why they because I know I was following. I love that name though. Let me just find the channel first. I don't see it right now. Let me see. Did I type that in right? Uh-oh. Where is it? Oh, I said chaos. That's what it was. I did chaos. It's coffee chats. That's the type of world we live in. Oh, okay. I found it. Okay, let me put that in the. I am going to share Cynthia's YouTube channel. Oh, okay. So you just talked about the SAVE Act. Yes. Let me. I'm going to share that one instead of just the channel, and then y'all go and follow. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Latest. There we go. Okay, let me share, copy link. Yeah, I'm going to watch this. Cynthia talked about the SAVE Act, and the name of her channel is Coffee Chats Unfiltered. And so I'm happy to see that you're still doing your thing. I was like, where is her channel? Anyway, but go ahead, like I said, find ways to monetize your maturity. Our wisdom is valuable. It's invaluable. Don't let nobody tell you different. I look forward to, once again, this month being back in community with the Gym Nation as we focus on living a bolder, more abundant, unapologetic life, including me. And so I will see everybody on the 6th. I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi. I know I have a lot of windows open, so that might be it. But I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, there will be some produced content as well, but I look forward to the lives. We'll go live twice a week for the month of April. twice a week, every week for the month of April. And if you are interested in getting on the waiting list for the accountability group for the monetizing your maturity, the link is in the description. It's not to sign up, it's just to get on the waiting list, and you will get emailed first because like I said, I only do 10. I did 15 when we had extra coaches, but with me, I'm like a 10, 10 is my sweet spot. So if you want to get registered for that, you look in the comments section, in the description, and go ahead and just put your name and information. And probably next week, you will get more information with the date and the price. Anyway, that being said, I'm going to say good night. It has been 1 hour and 15 minutes. I am proud of myself. And I will see everyone on the 6th. Did I give you the time? I do want to give you the time. Hold on a second. Hold on. So we're going to do April 6th at, we're going to do April 6th. The time is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So is that is Tuesday. I think everyone have a very beautiful Easter, Resurrection Sunday, whatever you celebrate. I wish you the best. And the Monday. So Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will see you, and we'll talk about the things we should have been taught in first grade as it relates to our finances. And without further ado, I'll say good night, everyone. Everyone have a good night. Yes, Creative Flavors, go ahead and post. That's what your channel's there for. Let's get to posting so we can get to monetizing and all the things. Everyone have a good night. Bye.